All right, guys, football is almost here. This show is brought to you by DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Listen, now is the time for your shot at $1 million. Head on over, download the app, DraftKings, right now. Download the DraftKings app right now, guys. I've also linked it here below on YouTube. There's a direct link. Enter promo code FFLion for Fantasy Football Lion, FFLion. Amazing perks, guys. Week 1, your shot at $1 million. There's also other incentives with that code FFLion. Head on over there right now. Listen, guys, I love daily fantasy throughout the year because I get to draft every single week, and I do it at DraftKings.com. Go download the app. Use promo code FFLion right now. I've also created a group, Fantasy 365, where we get to talk DFS every single week. I give you all the optimal players to draft every single week, guys. Fantasy 365 below. And we get to interact as a community while we're playing DraftKings. So DraftKings.com/promo-code, or, guys, download the app right now. Use promo code FFLion. Go do that right now. We got a big show here today coming up. I'm going to give you guys a sleeper from every single team, every single NFL team. I'm going to pick a sleeper, some maybe deeper sleepers, but this is a big show because I'm going to give you a sleeper from every single team right here, right now. Let's get to the show. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I've got a big one here for you. We are talking about one sleeper, one fantasy football sleeper from every NFL roster. I've got it right here. I'm going to go through every single team's depth chart. I'm on every team's website, every team's depth chart. We're going to go through it. I'm going to give you guys a sleeper from every single fantasy football team. Before we get into the show, guys, you know it. Head on over to thefantasyfootballaccounts.com. Get the 16-round draft solution, guys. I'm going to help you guys crush your leagues. Sleepers, breakouts, everything you guys need. The Fantasy Football Counselor right now. Don't wait, guys. Everything is there for you guys. Linked it here below as well, or head on over to thefantasyfootballaccounts.com or just Google 16 rounds. Get it right now. You guys are going to be very happy. Everybody's feeling really solid with their rosters, optimal rosters. Everywhere, get a lot of good testimonials. Follow my Instagram page at Fantasy Football Counselor. I've been posting some of those there for you. Secondly, guys, manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLION. Here, guys, let me show you guys a Lawnmower 4.0. Amazing product, guys. Listen, it's got everything. It's got skin-safe technology, rechargeable wireless charging, okay? Rechargeable wireless charging. LED spotlight, waterproof, travel lock. This is the brand new Lawnmower 4.0. That skin-safe technology is going to let you guys groom without getting, nicks and cuts. It's amazing, guys. You guys are going to be very happy with the product, and use promo code SHOWERLION. Save yourself 20%. All right? So let's get to this show here. Smash thumbs up as well and leave some sleepers below. I want to get your feedback. I want to make it interactive. Comment below, guys. Love to get your feedback on which sleepers you like from every team. I don't care. Let's talk about it. If you guys are a Cardinals fan, let me know who your sleeper is. If you're a Baltimore fan, let me know who your sleeper is. If Steelers fan, let me know who your sleeper is. Okay? Let's go. One sleeper from each team. Starting with the let's go backwards. We always go A to Z. Why don't we go like Z to A? So let's start with the Washington football team here. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of players I won't be drafting, but I'm going to rapid fire a sleeper from each team that could really boom. Okay, Washington football team, I like Logan Thomas, showing some flashes last year, showing some flashes in preseason. Logan Thomas at the tight end position is my sleeper. And when I mean sleeper, I mean a guy that's ADP is pretty low. You get him for good value. Yeah, let's define what sleeper is. So a sleeper is a guy that'll perform above his current average draft position, okay? Above the Consheeps is where the Consheeps have him, okay? So Logan Thomas could be a top 5, top 10 tight end with Ryan Fitzmagic because they connect. So he is a sleeper there I like on the Washington football team. Moving up to the Tennessee Titans, a sleeper here. Nobody that really jumps out at me after looking at this, but if Derrick Henry gets hurt, obviously Darrington Evans is a sleeper. But I'm going to say Julio Jones. But again, the problem with Julio Jones is, injuries a concern, and is the volume going to be there? That's a bit of a concern considering Ryan Tannehill was 18th in passing attempts last year, and A.J. Brown had 106 targets. So there really isn't a sleeper, again, that jumps out with me, the Tennessee Titans. But if I had to choose Julio Jones, but nobody's jumping out at me as a sleeper from the Tennessee Titans, unless you guys want to comment and let me know. I'm not really excited about anybody else other than like Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry on that team, to be honest. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you could make an argument that Leonard Fournette's a sleeper. I see him going undrafted or coming off really late, I should say. I would say Leonard Fournette, maybe Rob Gronkowski as a tight end. So again, nothing really jumps out at me here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. 49ers, Trey Sermon is my sleeper from the San Francisco 49ers, a running back that could get some volume this year. Mostert has shown signs of injuries in the past. We know Jeff Wilson's out, so Trey Sermon is a guy that I like as a sleeper for the 49ers. Seattle Seahawks, who's a sleeper here? Again, there's no sleeper that jumps out at me. You could say Rashad Penny, DJ Dallas, but I don't really trust those guys. Not going to be drafting them. There's no sleeper on this team that jumps out. Lockett and DK Metcalf are drafted where they should be, along with Russell Wilson, so no sleeper there, okay? Pittsburgh Steelers, again, a ton of sleepers here. I love, but I got to pick one, right? We got to stick to the narrative here. Pat Freiermuth. This is a tight end that caught 2 touchdowns in week 2 of preseason, a guy that I was targeting before he caught those 2 touchdowns. Now, I understand the only problem here is they've got Deontay Johnson, Claypool, and Juju to contend with, along with Najee Harris, who catches the ball in the backfield. But understand, guys, Big Ben throws more than any other quarterback, pretty much next to Matt Ryan, guys like Justin Herbert, guys like that. You know, there's opportunity for Pat Freiermuth to have some opportunity and get some, red zone looks, okay? So Pat Freiermuth, if I'm pronouncing that right, rookie tight end Steelers is my sleeper from that offense. Philadelphia Eagles, this is a tough one because we don't really trust Jalen Hurts yet. He's a top 10, which is ridiculous. He's a bust. But, I'm going to go with Travis Fulgham here as a sleeper. But again, I don't really trust the Eagles. I mean, Zach Ertz is great value as well. But if I had to pick one, maybe Travis Fulgham there. But they've got Devontae Smith, Rigor, and all these other guys. New York Jets, pretty easy for me here. Elijah Moore. This is a guy that got drafted relatively early by the Jets. I believe he was a 2nd-round pick. Corey Davis, I'm not really sold on. Elijah Moore is a guy you still get for good value in your drafts after the 7th, 8th round. Could be a wide receiver 1. I know Corey Davis looked good in preseason, but I like Elijah Moore, guys. I don't know what it is. I just think that him, young, Zach Wilson, Elijah Moore could be a connection. I get him for a steal. New York Giants, there's no sleeper that jumps out at me here, unless you want a quarterback, Daniel Jones as a backup who could really shine and explode this year. But again, I'm not really sold on Daniel Jones or any one of these guys. You could make arguments for Shepard and all these guys, but there's no sleeper on the Giants I like. But if I had to choose, we're choosing one, Daniel Jones. New Orleans Saints, Marquise Callaway had a big season or a big game in preseason yesterday. So Marquise Callaway would probably be my sleeper here on the New Orleans Saints. There's a bunch of other sleepers here, but I have to choose on Marquise Callaway until Michael Thomas gets back. Should get some volume. James Winston, him starting to connect. So Marquise Callaway as a sleeper, but I wouldn't touch him till later. New England Patriots here, guys. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Geno Smith. We know the Patriots like to use their tight end. Geno Smith, great value as a tight end in drafts as a fantasy football sleeper at the tight end position. All right, Minnesota Vikings, sleeper here. You know what? If I had to choose one, a lot of people saying Irv Smith Jr., and I get it. I'm going to say Adam Thielen. I mean, this guy was a 2nd-round pick last year. Because of Justin Jefferson's amazing performance, he has slipped down to like rounds 4 or 5. Hey, I'm taking him. I get a wide receiver 1 theoretically, rounds 5. Okay, I'll take him. That's a sleeper for me. Miami Dolphins, there's a ton of guys here that could break out. I'm going to go with Mike Gesicki as a sleeper tight end. I know he's on a lot of people's radar, but I think you can still get him for good value. I'm going to go with Mike Gesicki here as a sleeper tight end for the Miami Dolphins. Again, he's not a huge sleeper. People are on the radar, but he's still a bit of a sleeper when it comes to tight ends. You get him for value, like I said. Las Vegas Raiders, nobody here jumping out at me that's a sleeper. Nobody else I would touch. You could make an argument that there is some upside with Bryan Edwards and some good value in drafts, but again, I'm not targeting them. Los Angeles Rams. Now, this is a tough one here because there isn't, again, a sleeper that jumps out at me, but I think Cooper Kupp's good value. Not necessarily a sleeper, but good value in drafts. Los Angeles Chargers, there is a big sleeper here. There's actually 2 sleepers here, but I'm not going to give you both. If you want both, you got to get the 60-round drafts, which is link in the bio. I've got a wide receiver sleeper, and I've got a running back sleeper. A deep running back sleeper, that's what I'm going to give you, is Larry Roundtree III. Prototypical running back build. Eckler not being a full workhorse running back. I like Larry Roundtree III as a guy that could be a big-time sleeper on the Chargers that could be used near the goal line and could maybe be a starter. Hey, we never know. Eckler's not built to be a starter, so you never know. And Joshua Kelly didn't do anything last year. Justin Jackson. Larry Roundtree could shine. Hey, he's a big sleeper. Kansas City Chiefs sleeper here. I'm going to go with Darwin Thompson. I know you guys, he didn't, a lot of people harped on me a couple years ago because I saw an opportunity for Darwin Thompson. But I was telling you guys like a late round pick stash. People say, you told me Darwin Thompson round 2. I'm like, no, dude, I told you to draft him like with your last pick as an RB5. So all I'm saying here is that Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he gets banged up quite a bit. The volume hasn't been there. Darrell Williams sucks. Darwin Thompson has been running uphill, staying late after practice, coming in early, totally dedicated. You never know. He's a big-time sleeper at the running back position here, and that's who I'm picking for the Chiefs. Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if you heard the breaking news. Travis Etienne out indefinitely with a midfoot sprain. Who knows how long he's going to be out, but James Robinson, now his value skyrockets. I'm taking him as soon as I can. He's going to be the workhorse there. Love him. I'm actually taking him in the second round as part of a robust RB strategy. Now, he's not a sleeper, but I had to mention that. Sleeper here, believe it or not, Marvin Jones has been getting all the action in preseason. DJ Chark has been sitting because of, I think, a finger injury. I like DJ Chark as a sleeper. You're getting a wide receiver 1 theoretically, and you're getting him after the 5th round. DJ Chark as a sleeper. Indianapolis Colts sleeper here. Michael Pittman. This is obvious. This is funny because he's the wide receiver 1 theoretically, and you can get him. He's like ranked like 51st on the consensus rankings. You get him super late. Big time sleeper. Michael Pittman. Absolutely love him this season. And again, you're getting a wide receiver 1 super late. Carson Wentz probably going to be coming back week 1. Love this. Houston Texans not touching anybody from this team. If I had to choose a sleeper, it'd probably be Nico Collins. But a lot of this is predicated on what Deshaun Watson's going to do. Green Bay Packers, easy one for me. A.J. Dillon, 119 freed up targets with Jamal Williams being gone. A.J. Dillon is going to eat on the Green Bay Packers. Love him this year. Aaron Jones, not a big volume guy, 200 attempt guy. Dillon's going to eat, probably going to get that goal line work. He's a monster, man. And Kylan Hill's been playing well pretty much in preseason as well, but I still think Dillon's a number 2 there and a big-time sleeper. Detroit Lions, guys, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't got to think about this. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Remember the name. Goff has to throw to somebody. There's nobody else there, and I don't think Brashard Perriman's the solution. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th-round pick for the Detroit Lions and a big-time sleeper this fantasy football season. Denver Broncos, I'm going to go with Javonte Williams. I know he's coming off drafts a little higher, which you can get him at the 5th round or after. Javonte Williams, obviously there's that shadow lingering of Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon is not going to be the workhorse guy. They're grooming Javonte Williams to be the guy. Strong runner. Javonte Williams, I think, is going to be great value this year, and people will be pretty impressed with his performance. Dallas Cowboys here. There's no sleeper that jumps out at me. I'm going to say Michael Gallup because people are paying high draft capital for both, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, but Michael Gallup could outperform both those guys. It's a 3-headed monster. You never know. Gallup, I believe, is in a contract year, and you get him for value. But I'm staying away from the entire trio because there's no particular one that's going to get a mass volume unless one of them gets hurt. So there's a disclaimer. Cleveland Browns, Kareem Hunt, obviously the sleeper here, outperforming Nick Chubb last year. Nick Chubb is a 1st-round pick in fantasy. Kareem Hunt is like a 5th, 6th, 7th-round pick. Kareem Hunt is the sleeper there on the Cleveland Browns, who outperforms Nick Chubb pretty much all the time in PPR. I'm not touching Nick Chubb. I don't even know if I'm going to consider Kareem Hunt because it's a who's the number 1? Well, Nick Chubb's the number 1. Is he? Is he really? I doubt that. If you guys don't remember, Kareem Hunt was the rushing leader in the NFL in 2017. I never touch a running back in the 1st round knowing there's another running back breathing down his neck who's just as good. Cincinnati Bengals, I'm going to go here. There's a bunch of sleepers here. But I'm going to go with Chris Evans at the running back position. Showed some flashes in preseason. And Joe Mixon, I'm not sold on him. So Chris Evans at the running back position for Cincinnati Bengals. A sleeper for you. Chicago Bears. This is interesting. I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney. Great value. Showed some flashes last year. And Justin Fields is a sleeper too. I gave you 2 there. But Darnell Mooney at wide receiver. Great value. Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go here with Robbie Anderson. Everybody's sleeping on him. He is the wide receiver 1 on the team. I'm going to draft him when I can. great value. Robbie Anderson is a sleeper. I can't believe they have DJ Moore ahead of him when Robbie Anderson outperformed him, and everybody spent a third-round pick that can sheeps us on DJ Moore. DJ Moore's the one. I'm like, nah, I'm going to get Robbie Anderson round 9 or 10. Robbie Anderson outperformed DJ Moore. Not to mention Darnold and Robbie Anderson. Hello, these guys have a connection, and it's crazy. Buffalo Bills here. I don't really trust these guys, but if I had to go sleeper, I'm going to go Devin Singletary. Showed some flashes in preseason. Looks like he's hungry. Pretty good value, but again, I'm probably not touching him, but there's some value there in flex play. Baltimore Ravens. Again, I don't trust any of these guys. If I had to choose a sleeper, this is tough. I'm going to say there's no sleeper here. I'm not touching any. I don't like Rashad Bateman, although I do see a bit of a ceiling. Gus Bus. I promise one sleeper per team. I'm going to go Rashad Bateman, but again, I'm not touching anybody on the Ravens. I don't care. Lamar Jackson, ADP too expensive. J.K. Dobbins, he's contending with Lamar Jackson, who rushes over 160 times a season, over 1,000 yards. That's going to be going away, plus goal line work. J.K. Dobbins could have some boom games, but I'm not trusting him. Two more teams, Atlanta Falcons, big-time sleeper here. There's a couple of them, but I'm going Javian Hawkins. I'm not sold on Mike Davis being the guy. I know Javian's a little undersized, which could be a problem, but hey, he's a sleeper. Grab him super late. Guys, I'm not saying draft these guys in the 5th round. I'm saying super late. And Arizona Cardinals here. I'm not drafting anybody from the Arizona Cardinals. If I had to choose a sleeper, it's Eno Benjamin, because I'm not sold on James Conner staying on the field and Chase Edmonds being the guy. Eno Benjamin could emerge as a late round deeper sleeper at the running back position. Wow, that's a lot to talk about, guys. All right. Make sure you guys do get the 16-round draft session. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. I'm rapid firing. There's a lot of teams I had to go through, pick the sleeper from each team, target some of these sleepers, but at the right ADP. And again, guys, smash thumbs up. Let me know in the sleepers comments below who you think is a sleeper from each team, or a couple of the teams, or your favorite team. Love to hear it. Again, smash thumbs up. It helps the channel. And DraftKings.com/promo-code, or linked it below, or just download the DraftKings app. Use promo code FFLion when you sign up. All right, guys, I'm out. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Thank you for being here. Fantasy football season's here, and I'm out. We'll talk soon.